In October of 2013, something historic was supposed to happen. A major digital platform was set to launch. Millions of Americans were counting on it. The demand was real. The deadline was immovable. It went live on time, and it crashed almost immediately. On day one, only 6 people nationwide successfully completed the process. 6. Nationwide. We're at number 3 in the countdown of the top 10 strategy trap fails of all time. This is the story of Healthcare.gov. And the healthcare reform law had passed. The enrollment window was set. Millions of people needed coverage. All that remained was execution. But execution at this scale is never just about building a website. It's about coordinating dozens of systems into one experience that actually works. And that's where things started to break down. Behind the scenes, more than 50 contractors were building pieces of the system. Each team owned a part, but no one owned the whole. There was no single integrator with the authority to see the end-to-end experience. No one empowered to manage dependencies. No one who could force trade-offs. No one who could say, we're not ready. Integration testing was limited. Dependencies piled up. Risk accumulated. And by the time the problems became obvious, the calendar was driving decisions instead of the quality of the system. In my book, The Strategy Trap, I introduce a system called the 6 C's. They're the execution conditions teams need to turn strategy into results. Looking back, I think the system could have helped here. 2 C's matter most. First, coordination. Now, coordination is about having clear accountability and authority of decisions and dependencies. Real coordination would have meant appointing a single integrator, one person accountable for whether the system worked as a system. Not just reporting status, actual accountability for the outcome. Without that role, dozens of working parts never became a working whole. Second, clarity. Clarity is about defining success completely. At Healthcare.gov, the launch date became the primary definition of success, but it was never the complete definition. True clarity would have forced the hard questions early. What has to work on day one? What can we fail gracefully? What must be true before we launch, regardless of the date? Instead, a date reigned supreme, and execution followed that incomplete definition. Here's the lesson. A collection of working parts does not make a working system, and a deadline is a constraint, not a definition of success. Ask yourself, have we clearly defined what success actually means and aligned everyone to that definition before execution begins? I'm Kevin Ertell. If you want the full execution system, you'll find it in my book, The Strategy Trap. Pre-order links are at thestrategy.com. I'll see you next week for failure number 2, a rock star who became a cautionary tale.